we are designing for humans, right? So as long as we are designing for humans, okay, whoever has this AI doubt, hear me out carefully. As long as we are designing for humans, as long as our end users are humans, AI can never replace us. You can write it down, you can take it as an open statement, because AI, whatever it is a machine generated thing. It is what can I say? It is something that is speeding up our work process, and many of the repetitive, redundant tasks are being taken over by AI. Yes, I'm not saying it's totally waste or something. I'm not saying that at all. And AI is going to change our design process and maybe make it faster and more efficient. But as a statement, I would like to say here that as long as we are designing for humans, as long as our end users, the ones using our apps or websites, as long as they are going to be humans, the human touch in the design is very much necessary, which no AI, okay, I will not say no AI, but at least the current version of AI has not mastered it. Okay, so as long as our end users are going to be humans, the human touch in the design is very much necessary. And this current version of AI cannot replace human designers. Sure, it can make it faster, it can make it more efficient. Maybe a human designer can give 10 design options, but AI maybe can give 100 design options, from which you can choose what works and what doesn't work and all of this. Sure, it will be helpful, it will make things faster and more efficient also, maybe, right? But it cannot replace a human UX designer, just because the end user is going to be a human, and just because AI cannot replace the human touch in design. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am. Myself, Praveen.
Sorry, I
Is
didn't.
myself, Praveen.
Praveen, okay.
We can we can do animations from this.
Animations from what?
UX view design.
Animation is different, Praveen. So we call it micro interactions. Okay, these
Okay.
micro animations and all we can create in user experience and GIF files. Now, how many
Okay.
of you use Google Pay or any UPI app to make payments?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, most of us use. Students, can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
please be on mute, the ones who are not interacting? Yes, so most of us use payment apps, right? Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, all of this, right? When you complete a payment, let's say you go to a shop, you buy something, and you pay through your UPI. When you complete a payment, what happens? You see a success message, payment successful, payment completed, something. But what do you see? You see a green color tick mark, and you see some party poppers. And in Paytm, that music plays, no? Paytm Karo, that tune plays, right? And what is it conveying? It's conveying that your payment was successful, your payment is completed. And these you see as animations. Some balloons will come, or some green color tick mark will pop up on your screen, right? So these are known as the micro animations. And GIF files, right? So it is possible to create these in our design, to import these and to create these kind of interactions as well, okay, using the tools or softwares that we use for UX design. But animation, if you're asking like cartoons or cinema kind of, what do I say, the animation that is used in movies, that kind of extensive or in-depth animation and all is not possible, Praveen. Only the micro interactions, micro level animations we can show on Figma. Figma is the software that we use for UX design. Only the micro animations we can show. Right? On that note, I would like to just show you a small example. This is one second. This is one project that I had worked on. Is my screen visible? Are you able to see a mobile screen? Can one of you just
Yeah,
confirm?
screen is visible, but it's still showing common misconceptions about US design.
Okay, just a second. Let me share my screen again. Yes, can you see a mobile screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So this was one design that I worked on. Um, it's again a prototype, right? We spoke about the working model of our design, right? This is a working model of a design that I created like that. Okay, so let's just look at this. It's for an event creation. So who asked? Praveen had asked for a animation, the animation question. Now look at this interested icon that you can see, right? I'm circling my mouse around it. Can you see this interested icon? Now I'm just going to tap on this. Yes, did you see that it became a filled heart? It was an outline before, but it became filled when I clicked. Correct. Now I'll click it again, it will become an outline. Okay, and now if I want to add this to my calendar, this art exhibition event, if I want to add to calendar, now you can see a plus sign. Once I add it, it turned into a tick mark. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Yes. Yes. So these kind of small interactions and small just change of color, change of icon, small animations like that you can create on Figma, this UX design tool. Okay, but now I'll request to join. Okay, I'm going to tap on this button. Can you see this? It's showing a clock, sand clock, saying your request has been sent. Please check notifications. Okay, so small animations and GIF is possible to show like this as a part of the design. But like I said, cartoons or um, detailed animations cannot be shown. Is it clear? Okay, so yes, coming back to where we were. One second, let me go back to the presentation we were in. Yes, common misconceptions. Okay, so now how do we get a job or an internship here? What to do? So currently, especially in India, the UX design market is very crowded. Okay, there are many designers out there, and the number of candidates, right? The number of people applying for the jobs are more than the number of jobs available. Okay, that is difficult truth, especially in India. So, what do we do? How do we get a job or at least an internship as a designer? How do we crack this? So, let's look at the job hunt strategies quickly. right? So you need a customized resume and portfolio. Next, networking and stand out among the peers, right? These are the three tricks that you could follow to get a job or at least an internship, an opportunity to work in the UX design field. Okay, so yes, what is a resume and a portfolio? Any of you? Anybody has any idea what is a resume and a portfolio? Anybody?
Ma'am, resume means we have to add some skill and we have to add skill based on the job.
Yes,
And
your skills,
portfolio,
your education, right?
Qualification.
Where
yes,
where you studied, right? What degree have you completed or diploma course, anything if you have completed, right? And what skills you have, what softwares you know, or if you already have work experience, previously which company you worked. Basically, it is your professional profile with all your details, right from where you studied, what degree or what course you have completed, right? Where you have worked, where you have done internship, or previously where have you worked, which field, and how many years of experience you have, how many months, how many years, all of this. It is your profile with respect to a career, with respect to job and education. Okay, now
Hello.
what is a portfolio? Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I ask you about that?
Yes.
We can do micro level animations in Figma. Then how can
Yes.
we do such great, such attractive uh, animations? Which type of tools we can use? Like
That will go more into the graphics and 3D side, no, Tarun? Figma is more focused on app and website design. Okay, so if you want to go into detailed animation and
मतलब बहुत पहले बना
graphic
हुआ था यहाँ
graphics and all that, there are
आपको कोई नहीं
other softwares wherein in depth you can create like
इतनी
characters,
जब यहाँ बना हुआ था जब
movement and
ये
all
वाली
that.
पेंट हुआ था
Okay,
okay,
so
ये
ma'am.
गली
that
अब
is
खुली
not
है
related to.
ये वाली गली मैंने एक आदमी घर किया था ना तो आपको अगर तेरह सा हाँ वो उनका ही मकान था यहाँ पे वो तो बहुत साल पहले टूट गया था हो गए कितने मेरे 6 साल हो गए ना
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we can hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Students,
So, yeah,
kindly unmute yourself. Sorry, kindly mute yourself if you don't have any questions to ask.
yes.
You can
So if you
continue,
want
ma'am.
to go into animation in depth, that is like a different field, Tarun. This is more about app and website design, the user experience design. We are focusing more on the users here and creating apps and websites, and we are designing the experience for the users. Okay, animation and VFX, like graphics, is a different field totally, and there are like other softwares like Maya and um, what else? Unity, Blender, and there are many other softwares which is not related to user experience or what we are discussing as of now. Okay. Yes. Any other questions? Any doubts? Yes. What is a portfolio now? Resume is our professional profile, right? Where we studied, where we worked, all this. What is a portfolio? So a
Portfolio is a work of
portfolio,
collection.
yes, correct. Very good. Is a collection of your works. So as a designer, we cannot show marks, or I cannot say um, in app design I got 90 out of 100. In web design I got only 40 out of 100. No. marks or grades cannot measure design or how good a design is. Okay, if it's maths or physics, yeah, you can say, oh, maths I got 100 out of 100. Oh, physics I got 20 out of 100. Something. Okay, so those type of subjects we can measure using marks and numbers like that. Percentage. I got 40%, I got 90%, like that. But design is more of a subjective topic. What is subjective? Now, if I make a design, right? 5 people will like it, 5 people will not like it. So, what is the benchmark? How are we going to evaluate this? Should I, just because 5 people like it, should I say my design is excellent? Or because 5 people don't like it, should I say my design is not good? On what basis are we going to evaluate our designs? Right? So design is subjective. Okay. Like I said, 5 people might like, 5 people might not like, right? It is difficult that way. Okay. You cannot impress or you cannot make everyone like your design. Similarly, however bad your design may be, everyone will not hate it. There will be at least some 5 people who will like your design also. Right. So coming back to the topic, what is a portfolio? It's a collection of your works. So as a designer, like I said, marks or numbers cannot evaluate our designs. So we have to make a presentation. We have to present our designs in a job interview saying, this is the idea that I had, this is the design I have created, and these kind of colors I've used, and this is the final design that I have come up with. Okay, now again, coming back to our online shopping example, let's say I'm designing some online shopping app. Okay, so how will you show that in your portfolio? So I'll say I wanted to create an online shopping app, and my target was to make it for college students. Okay, so budget friendly options are there, some recommendations are there, and so overall, this is how I've designed my app. And because it's for college students, I've used some bright, catchy colors to make it interesting for them. And finally, this is how my app looks. Like that. Okay, so whatever designs you are creating, whatever work you are doing, how you're presenting it is what your portfolio is. Is this clear? So resume is your professional profile with education, previous experience, job and all this. But portfolio is a collection of your works, work samples. What all work have you done? Can you show me? Okay, in previous company you worked for 5 years. What work have you done there? Okay, I created this app. I created this website. Like that. Okay, showing your work, presentation of your work is a portfolio. Okay, then yes, coming to point number 2, networking. So how many of you are there on LinkedIn?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Yes, many of us, most of us are there on LinkedIn.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
what do you do on LinkedIn? You have created your profile, but what have you joined it for?
Ma'am, it is for business and job organization purpose, ma'am.
Yes, you job organization purpose and all this.
Networking.
You can apply
For
for
maintaining
jobs,
professional relationships.
professional relationships, very good networking. Yes. So
Ma'am,
if you, yes, yes, go
to
on.
make the ID professional.
To make your profile and ID professional, correct?
Uh, yeah,
Yes,
through certificates and my work experience.
experience, and you can add your work and all of this also on
Yeah.
your LinkedIn profile. Okay,
Yes,
it's a
ma'am.
professional platform. Yes. Now, what do we mean by networking? Okay, you are creating your profile, you are doing certifications, you are saying, I have achieved this, I have achieved that, I have got a promotion, I have worked for 5 years in this company, all of this. But it's not just about that. You can connect with other professionals as well. Okay, now give me some top companies name. Let's take Google. Suppose we want, any of us, right? We want to become a UX designer in Google. Okay. Now there will be like some thousand lakhs of people applying. Correct? So why should they select my profile? There are like some lakhs of people more, right? So why should they select our profile? And how do you know? Do you think someone will sit and look at some 10 lakh profiles? No, it's not possible and it's not happening either. So what can we do? We can connect with somebody in that firm, in that company. Now, if we are taking Google for an example, you can connect with somebody who is already working in Google, maybe, right? And you can say, I'm Abhinaya, I've worked on these projects, right? And I have so much experience. Currently, I'm working on this project. Please, can you see my work? And there is a UX designer opportunity in your company. Okay. And see my works. If you feel it is good, please refer me to the job. Something like that. You network, you connect with other professionals. Okay, and why are we doing this again? Because the UX job market is very crowded as it is. So these are some strategies to get recognized, or for a job for 10 lakh people applying, right? Maybe if you can network with someone, if you can connect with someone, maybe they will be able to get you an interview or at least get your profile to the hiring team. Okay, as it is, one among the 10 lakh, if you are one among the 10 lakh, there is a chance your profile is not even going to be looked at. Correct? But if you network, if you manage to make a connection, talk to someone, explain your work to them, then there is a possibility for them to help you and connect with the hiring department, hiring team. Okay, so this is one more strategy that you can use to um, apply and get considered for a UX job opportunity. Okay, then third point, stand out among peers. So one thing that you need to highlight in your portfolio as well as your resume is what is unique about you. Now there may be 1,000, 10,000, 10 lakh, 100 lakh UX designers also, right? But there must be something unique about you, something special about you, which others don't have, or which others have not learnt, or others cannot do, right? What is that speciality? Highlight that in your profile. So maybe you can say, I'm a user experience designer, but I understand human psychology very well. So I can understand the user's needs very well. Or maybe you can say, I'm a user experience designer, but I also have experience in graphic design. So I can create very attractive website and app screens with very, what can I say, which makes it very engaging and interesting for the users to see. Something like that. What is special about you? What is unique about you, which others don't have or others don't know, right? So stand out among the others. What will make you stand out? What is your specialty? Why should the company hire you? If there are 10 lakh people applying, out of that, why should they select you? Why should they select Abhinaya? Or why should they select this person, like that? What is your specialty that you need to highlight in your profile and your portfolio? Saying, I am a UX designer, but I also have this specialty which makes me stand out. This is my specialty. I can do this. Something like that. Okay, so these are three simple strategies that you could follow. Given this is such a competitive field, and we might be looking for jobs or internships, these are three simple strategies that you all could follow to land an opportunity in the UX design field. Any questions? Any questions, guys?
Guys, you can ask a question one by one.
Ma'am,
Yes.
how can I start learning when it's beginning?
How can you?
Start learning when it's beginning.
How can you start learning UI UX?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, Sonali, right? What do you do, Sonali? Are you working currently? What are you doing right now?
I'm a first year student.
First year student? Okay, very good. So, you want to start learning UI UX? See, there are many free resources, tutorials, all of that available online. Okay, and now you have AI tools and all of this. Okay, so just read about UX design, see if you find it interesting. Okay, so do your research. It should not be like, for anyone who has this question, how do I start? Where should I start if I want to get in? Okay, so first of all, read. Okay, online you have many resources, all of this. Read and understand what UX design is about, what kind of softwares are used, how is the design process. Read and understand all of this and see if it interests you. Okay, it should not be like you join or you get into it and then you're like, oh, I shouldn't even have joined. What is this nonsense? I can't understand. It should not become like that. Okay, so do your thorough research, see if you find it interesting. If you're finding it interesting and you really want to get in and make a career out of this, sure, it's always better to join classes than looking at free resources or recorded sessions, something like that. I personally would recommend joining classes, and I see, I'm not saying this because um, I was with Vayspire earlier, right? But I think Vayspire is doing a fantastic job that way, making students job ready, really, without giving all these false promises. In 1 month, we'll make you an expert, and without giving like false promises like that. I think Vayspire is doing a phenomenal job here. So joining any live classes like this, right, wherein they give you the learning modules and you attend live classes with mentors, and you have assignments to do, right, you have practice sessions, and you are as a part of your course, you are made to work on projects, you are made to create apps, you are asked to create websites as a part of the coursework itself, right? And within maybe 4 to 6 months, you have an entire portfolio ready. Okay, and I think Vayspire is offering that, wherein you have three projects, if I'm not wrong, two or three projects as a part of the coursework, which you can include in your portfolio and start applying for jobs. And I think they also train you for interviews, and you have mock interviews wherein you can practice explaining your projects and all of this. Okay, so I personally would recommend doing your research, uh, see if UX design interests you, see if you want to take it up as a career. And yes, if you are ready to take it up, if you do really find it interesting, Wayspire is offering what you really need, right? So that is what I would recommend, because see, you can take the free courses, recorded lessons and all of this, but this interaction, asking your doubts, and some mentor giving you an activity, making you do it in class, discussing and giving you the feedback, right? If you're doing something wrong, or what do I say, if you're doing something which is not a good design, there is no right or wrong in design. Okay, so if you're doing something which is not a good design, if you have a mentor, if you have a trainer, they are going to give you the feedback then and there. They are going to tell you how you can improve then and there, which you may not get in a recorded session or a tutorial video, right? So if you are already in a design field and you're just looking to improve a little bit, or just brush up your skills or something like that, I think for such candidates free tutorials and all may work. But for someone like Sonali or anybody who is totally new to UX design, who wants to make a career out of this, I would personally suggest you go for a live session, live course like this, with coursework as well as assignments and projects that make you. It's not only a course that you're studying for a certificate, but it's also making you job ready. It's also making you ready for a UX designer job in the real market, real world, in a real company. Okay, so I would personally recommend taking on a course that makes you job ready, and I would personally recommend Wayspire. They, the kind of coursework and the practice interviews and all of that is also one of the best that I've seen so far. Wayspire is a design. Okay, there are some doubts coming in the chat box. Anybody else? Any questions? Anything that you have? Okay, now this is becoming lecture, lecture, lecture. It's becoming quite boring. So let's do a quick activity for the next 30 minutes or so, maybe. Okay, but yes, any other doubts? We'll wind this up in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Guys, any other questions? Anybody, anything?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, myself, Rutuja, and I
Yes,
want to
Rituja.
ask if,
Mm-hmm.
as you are experienced and you are in that career of UI UX, so can
Mm-hmm.
we get a demo session like this only? Where you will explain your project so that we can get an idea that yes, also we will get
मैम
an
सीरियल
idea
नहीं
that
दिख
we
रहा.
should enroll in the course and whatever.
See, but I can like show you my work, whatever the screens that I showed you. I can just show you maybe one project, how the final outcome is, but I
Yes.
cannot show you in detail, Rituja, because it is owned by the company, and those details, like what was the design process, what we did, and all, I can just explain, but those
मैम स्क्रीन
details
पूरा ब्लैक दिख रहा है.
I'm not sharing anything right now, Vinayak. It's
ओके ओके.
blank. It is blank. Okay. Yes, Rituja. So those details I cannot show. It is owned by the companies, and it's not something that I can disclose. But yeah, the final output, the prototype, I can just show you as a demonstration.
Okay, ma'am, fine. Like I was
Okay.
asking
Yeah.
if there is any workshop for Figma, like 1 day, 2 day, so that we will get a clear idea, like how we should start.
We can have that, no?
Yes.
Aryan, Anurag, we can have a Figma workshop,
Yeah,
right?
sure, ma'am. In the
Yeah, yeah,
upcoming
yeah.
days, we'll arrange the Figma
Yes,
workshop
yes.
as well for the
Yes,
candidates.
as a part of your course, I think you have that also, Rutuja. Your course will teach Figma, and even the We'll have like a marathon. We'll have on Saturday and Sunday. You'll be given a task on Saturday and you can work on it for 2 days, and by Sunday afternoon or evening you can submit. It'll be like a
Okay,
Figma
ma'am.
session. We can have that. Yes, it is in the plan. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How did I get into this career? Where did I start? Good question. So by qualification, I did my undergrads in architectural design, right? And I worked as an interior designer for 1 year. After which I started exploring pretty much like you all, right? I got into this just out of curiosity, right? And started exploring and took up like some courses and all of this. And I worked on 3 projects before I created my first portfolio. And using that, I landed my first job at Seek as a UX designer. Okay, and there I worked for 2 years. After which I associated with Vespire and started teaching for about an
পুরো
year and
একটা আধার কার্ডটা কি হবে?
and currently I'm working full time as a design faculty
যেটা লাগাচ্ছ ওইটাই ভুল
in
করছো।
Dayanand Sagar University in Bangalore. And just again, like just to improve and enhance my skills and go more in depth, I also completed a 6 months master's certification from Triple IT in Bangalore. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay, there are some questions in the chat box, but honestly didn't learn anything. Okay, for those of you who are not finding it useful, you're more than welcome to walk out and enjoy your Sunday afternoon, right? Nobody is forcing you to stay here. Yes, will UI UX and AI, UI UX, will AI take UI UX? I think I've already answered this question. Our career, as of now, with the current version of AI, our career is safe. Any other questions? Can we go into the activity?
Now you can start with the activity.
Activity, yes. So what I want you all to do right now is create a mood board. Okay, so what do you consider a good design? Right? You can search on Google, you can go into Pinterest, right? You can also look at projects on Behance and Dribble. Okay, I've put up 2 sites in the chat box, right? You can look at, there are many UX projects, UX portfolios that many designers have posted, right? You can look at these websites, you can search on Google, whatever it is. And I would like you all to put up 5 images. It can be an app screen, it can be a website screen, right? It can be a dashboard, anything. Put up 5 images in a slide, maybe a PPT or a Canvas slide, right? Whichever tool, or it can even be a Word file, right? Whichever tool you are comfortable with, right? What according to you is a good design, or what looks like a good design to you? Just search, explore, check out these 2 sites that I have put up in the chat box, and come up with 5 images which you think is a good design. Okay, you have the next 30 minutes to do this. Okay, so yes, start putting this up in your PPT or Canvas slide, right? So I'll see you all at 1:50 after 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, students, so am I audible? Yes. Okay. So I think this as an activity we can do it after the session. Right? You can continue with the activity after the session. So any doubts, any questions that you all have about UX design on the technical side, anything about the skills, softwares, any questions? We have about 25 minutes left, right? So we can have like a Q&A. Any questions, anything that you want to ask, we can discuss. No? No questions?
Hello.
Yes.
Uh,
Ma'am, which skills do you actually need?
With skills? Your voice is breaking, Zainab, right? Your voice is breaking. With skills?
Ma'am, which skills actually?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Sagar.
Ma'am, which
Yes.
skill required to become an UX UI design?
UI UX designer. See, mainly you will have to learn Figma. Okay, so for those of you who are not sure, Figma is an online tool. It's not, you don't have to install or you don't need a very high-end computer or something, right? Just a good functioning laptop with a stable internet connection is more than enough. Okay, and Figma is a very good and widely used software for UI and UX design. And even the sample screen that I showed you is created very much on Figma and only using Figma, right? So those of you who might be worried about the cost or installing or thinking like I don't have a very high-end laptop, I don't have graphics card, my memory is less. Whoever has such concerns also, don't, nothing to worry. You just need a normal functioning. Your laptop has to function properly, like mouse, keyboard and all. Proper functioning laptop with a proper stable internet connection is all you will need for Figma to work well. And gaining expertise, practicing Figma and knowing Figma in and out is very important and is 70 to 80% required for a successful UX design career. For you to be a successful UX designer, that is from a software point of view. And like I said, your communication skills, how you present your project, right? It can be presenting to customers, it can be presenting to your seniors, managers, team leaders, like that, right? Or if you become the team leader, you have to explain the project to your juniors, interns, junior designers, right? So explaining the project, communicating the ideas, right? Explaining the ideas clearly, very well to your colleagues, right? And problem solving, identifying the problem of the user and trying to solve it through an app or a website that you could create, right? Such skills are also very important to become a good and successful UX designer. Any other questions? Anybody else? Any other questions?
Students, you can unmute yourself and you can ask these questions one by one.
I see some of you raising hands.
Priyanka Bhaskar.
Yes, Priyanka.
Ma'am, in which academy did you learn UI UX, ma'am?
Which academy?
Or where did you learn starting?
See, I did my undergraduation itself in a design field. Okay, and I also worked as an interior designer. So I was not a part of any academy as such. But because my degree itself was a design field, I just needed some help to um, sort of understand um, how UX design works and to start getting into user experience design. Okay, so I was not a part of any academy, but I used online resources initially. But I realized that that was not sufficient, which is why I did a master's certification from Triple IT in Bangalore. So if you would want me to name an institute and what you studied and all, yeah, I did a certification in UX design from Triple IT in Bangalore. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Okay, I have a question for you all. Right? Now, let me give you an example. Okay, now I'm Abhinaya. Okay, I'm from a certain place. My language, I know certain languages. I have studied a particular, I have studied in a particular school. I have studied in a particular college. Right? I have completed some degree. I have worked in some company. I have worked, again, I've done some course in this. I have worked on some other projects. Okay. Now, similarly, other students, right, who spoke to me now. There was a Priyanka, right? Zainab is there. Sagar is there, right? Rutuja spoke to us. Right. Now, many other students like this, you all may be from a different part of India. You may be knowing different languages. So you may be studying some other course. You may have done school somewhere else. Right. Now, we all are so different in terms of our education, in terms of our skills, right? In terms of our background, in terms of where we grew up, what our habits are, how our thoughts are, all of this. But still, all of us have some likes in common. Okay, before going into this, how many of us use WhatsApp here? Can you show a raise of hands or thumbs up? How many of us use WhatsApp? Yes, most of us. Oh, almost all of us. Right, all of us use WhatsApp. Do we find it easy? Is it very difficult to understand WhatsApp and all? Or you find it easy to message your friends? Yes? Right? And tell me one thing. When you started using WhatsApp, okay, each of you just think of this. When you started using WhatsApp, Okay, you might have found some things confusing. You might have not understood some things. Hey, what does this button do? What does this option do? Something, some confusion you might have. But did somebody teach you? Hey, WhatsApp, okay, so this is how you add a contact. This is how you send a message to your friend. This is how you add a profile photo. Did somebody sit down and teach you all this? No? No? How many of us were not taught? How many of us learnt on our own to use WhatsApp? Yes, something. You got confused or you learnt something we figured out on our own. Right? How do you use WhatsApp? How do you set profile photo? How do you send a message to your friend? All this we learnt, somewhat we learnt on our own. Nobody taught us how to do and all. Correct? Now, coming back to the first part that I was talking about. I'm from somewhere. You all are from somewhere. Right? You know different languages. You studied in a different school. You are studying in a different college. You have worked in some other company. Right? So, as a background, as a skill set, we are all so different. We know different languages. We have studied in different schools, worked in different jobs. Right? But we all are finding WhatsApp easy to use. How is that possible? How is that possible? Is this something you have thought of? Any of you?
Guys, you can answer, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, sure. Vidhi, yes.
Um, Ma'am, it's my personal thought, so please judge me.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
Basically,
sure.
जैसे रेगुलरली हम कोई भी चीज़ को चलाते हैं तो ऑफ कोर्स हम मतलब जो डिस्प्लेस जो बटन शोज होती हैं जो भी है उसको क्लिक करके देखते हैं, सो देन वी गेट टू
Mm-hmm.
नो कि व्हाट शुड वी डू नेक्स्ट. सो
Okay.
मतलब बेसिकली आ जाता है, मतलब ग्रेजुअली सीख जाते हैं.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Yes,
gradually सीख जाते हैं, आ जाता है. Okay. But
yes,
there
ma'am.
was a first day that you used WhatsApp.
Yes, ma'am. It's very confusing in first day, of course.
Of course. Okay. But nobody taught you, right? Okay, you
Yes,
got
ma'am.
confused. You didn't understand some things. ठीक है, but you were not taught. You were not, nobody sat you down and explained, hey, see, Vidhi, you have to click this. You have to send this. Nobody said. You learnt on your own. And all of us have. Right? At least in this call, now there are more than 200 people. Let's leave everybody else. All of us in this meeting, right? From varied backgrounds, varied skill sets, right? All of us, most of us at least have managed to use WhatsApp and find it easy. Okay, now my next question is, we are going to become user experience designers, all of us. Okay. Okay. See, it's your choice. You might be thinking, you might be interested but not sure, whatever it is. As of now, for this next 10 minutes, I'm going to assume that we all are going to become user experience designers. Okay. And our users, again, are going to be so different. So, when you say user experience designer, right, we are designing the experience. Now, how can you design an experience? Now, I might like some color, you all might like different colors, you all might find something easy, I might find it difficult, right? So, when it is so varying, right, now maybe you all know certain languages, I know a different set of languages, right? So when you have such varied skills and all of this background, where you grew up, all of this, how, again, as designers, how are we going to design how the user experiences our app? How is the user's experience going to be? That will vary literally from person to person. It's going to change, correct? Any app that you take, for each user, the experience is going to change depending on their skills, depending on their thoughts, depending on their background, depending on their behavior. So, are we going to design one app for one user? Is that what we are going to do?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, but how are we going to design the experience then? User experience designer, UX designer. Yeah, we have a very nice name for ourselves. But if each person's experience is going to be different based on their background and their profile, how are we going to design? It's not possible to design for each person separately. So what are we going to do?
Ma'am, for that we have to create some database for all the employees so that it would be easy to design that.
Not employees, Sagar. See, within a company, you can do that. You can create one database for all the employees, and based on company rules, you can create all that. Okay, if you're doing it for a company. Now, let's go back to our online shopping example. Right? Somebody from Bangalore will also buy, somebody from Delhi will also buy, somebody from Rajasthan may also buy, right? Somebody from Kerala or Chennai down south, they will also buy, right? What database can you create for so many varied users? That is also not possible. How will you design then? How are you going to design the experience for such varied users?
Ma'am, maybe we can use human psychology.
Human psychology, that's a good point. Very good. Whatever it is, Delhi, Bombay, right? English, Hindi, Kannada, Tamil, whatever language you know, whatever um, place you are from, whatever it is, ultimately the user is a human. So, some basic human psychology you can use to design. Okay, what else?
I think we will observe the common things from the users. Then we
Common things. In some cases, apart from the fact that they are human, nothing will be common. What will you do in such a case? Now, take an example like Google or some global company like that, Google Maps, right? Somebody in US is also using, somebody in Africa is also using, somebody here in Delhi is also using, somebody here in Bombay is using, right? So, what about global apps like that? So, there might be nothing common between me and somebody in Africa. What will you do then? Yes, have you all thought of it in this way? When you say user experience designer, I'm going to design the experience for my users. Have you thought that each user will experience your app or your design in a different way? So, how am I going to create a good experience? See, we all want to be good designers, right? Nobody wants to say, I'm a useless UX designer. Nobody wants to say that. We all want to be a good UX designer. We all want to create good experiences for our users. Correct? So, how are we going to do that? Think, think, think. Yes, what we are saying, what we are thinking about is correct. We cannot design the experience for each user. And yes, it is going to be different for each user. How each user experiences your design will be different. It is a fact. Okay, it is a true fact that each user will experience it in a different way. So, what we as designers are going to do is design how the system responds. Means what? So, when you're designing an app, when you're designing a website, right? You cannot change or influence the way a user experiences. Okay, but you can design, you can influence the way your product or your app, or when I say product, I mean the app or website that the user is using. Okay, so you can modify the way your product responds to the user. That is what we are doing in UX design. Is this clear? So when they tap on this button, it goes into the menu. When they tap on this option, some filters open up, right? When they click on OK, it goes into the payment page. Right, pretty much in your shopping apps and all, once you select the product, it goes into a payment page, correct? So something like that. Okay, so we are going to design how the product, how the app or the website reacts to the user. Okay, we cannot design the user's experience, but we are going to design how the system responds to the user, which will make it easy or difficult for the user to use. And yes, like you all said, based on user psychology, based on what is common between the users, we are going to design how the system responds. And like I said, we will try to make it easy and simple for the user so that the overall experience for the user becomes good. So we are not designing the experience for the user, but we are designing the system's response in such a way that the user's experience becomes good. Is this clear? Is this clear? Any questions, guys? So if somebody asks you, user experience UX designer, what do you do? Right? How will you design for so many people? How will your app be understood by so many people? If somebody asks you that, you can answer confidently now. Right? Saying, I'm not designing the experience, but I'm designing how the system is going to respond, which in turn will make the experience good for the end user. Right? Okay, so I think it's almost time. So I would like to conclude on that note, right? Leaving some food for thought about how you can design for different user groups and achieve creating that good experience for any user group that you're designing for. Okay, so yes, it was a very interactive and interesting session for me. I had a great time, and so good to see such an enthusiastic batch. So if you're deciding to take up UX design or whatever you plan to do, right? I think many of you here are college students, right? So whatever you are planning to do, irrespective of whether it's UX design or not, whatever you have plan to do, whatever you're planning to do. Hope this session was useful, and all the very, very best to you all, right? And you can always get in touch with me or the Vespire team for any queries, any clarifications, anything that you have, right? So on that note, I would like to wrap up the session and wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the wonderful session. And for students, please hold on. Please do not leave yet. And we'll be sharing the attendance form and other updates with you. So before that, thank you all for being such an enthusiastic and engaging audience. And before giving you the attendance form and the participation certificate form, I'll just go through our program, what it is, and what is Abhinaya ma'am's role. So just a moment. So firstly, some things about Vspire. So as you know, at Vspire, our mission is simple: to help students like you to upskill and launch strong in their industry-ready careers. So we offer some comprehensive learning upskilling programs designed specifically for engineering and management students. So we have over 40 domains right now. So whether your interest lies in UI UX design, full stack web development, or other domains like data science, AI, machine learning, cloud computing, cybersecurity, or maybe in management you have like corporate finance, stock market, HR management. Multiple other domains are there as well. So Vspire is the place where you can get to know these fields and launch your careers in these as well very strongly. So one of the biggest strengths that we have at Vspire is that we have collaboration with some of the leading MNCs, global MNCs. So MNCs like Microsoft, Meta, IBM, Unity, Adobe, and several others. So you can uh, take up your programs, learn the field that you want to pursue your career in, and further get certifications from these MNCs plus our own certificates. And we'll also help you out in making your resume, getting some interviews. So opportunities are also given. And the benefit would be that you'll be having real working professionals who will be guiding you, like Abhinaya ma'am. So as ma'am already told that she has 4+ years of experience in the industry in UI UX right now. So you get to learn a lot from mentors who have already made their mark in the industry already, and you get to know nooks and corners that you generally don't, get in some courses or when you try to learn from your college professors. Because the thing is that you do not generally get to learn the latest tools and the things that they generally miss. So you can get to learn these things. And apart from that, you also get the certificates after completing the program. These are 3-month online training and internship programs. So you get to learn from the mentors. Side by side, they provide you some hands-on projects, real-world projects that you can practice as part of your internship. And after completing both the parts, training and internship, after 3 months, you get completion certificates. So 3 to 6 certificates based on your program mode. So you can get training completion certificates and internship completion certificates that you can use in your resume as work experience of 3 months internship experience. Plus you get separate certificates for project completion as well. And if the students perform well, those who perform well, they get an outstanding performance certificate and a letter of recommendation as well. Plus, if you have chosen any MNCs, you'll get a separate dashboard from these MNCs, and you'll complete their curriculum, take the final test for getting the certification, and then you'll have the 6th certificate from the MNC that you have chosen. So that way you can create a strong portfolio. We also provide placement assistance, in which we provide you some internship or full-time job opportunities from where you can directly apply and land an interview. So we'll also help you out in preparing for these interviews, making the resume, optimizing your LinkedIn profile. However, we can help you out. So all this is available in our program modes. So where various modes are there. So you can check out by visiting our website, or we'll be sharing a Google form as well, through which you can book a free counseling call. So through that, you can fill the form, whichever domain you are interested in. You'll get a free counselor's appointment from our counselors. They'll provide you all the information and the guidance in your careers. Then if you like, then you can enroll in the program as well, or you can just get to know your fields better so that you have a clear perspective going ahead. Yeah, so form will be shared soon, both the attendance form, the participation certificate form, and the mentorship program form. So on that note, I would like to finally thank Abhinaya ma'am for giving such a wonderful session and taking time out of her busy schedule. So thank you very much, ma'am.
And thank you, Team Waspire, for giving me this opportunity. It was great to connect with so many enthusiastic young minds. So I'm looking forward to more such incredible sessions and looking forward to see you all again. Thank you. Thank you, Anurag and team.
Thank you.
Yeah, one more thing, students, make sure that you're filling the attendance form. With if you're not filling the attendance form, you won't be receiving the certificates, and you'll be receiving the certificates around Wednesday and Thursday on your given email. So make sure whatever details that you are putting are correct details. Like do once check twice before filling the form and submitting it. Okay. So right now I have shared the internship form, training and internship form, program form. You can fill it out. If you want the flat discount, you can use a referral code that is UIUXW40 right now. And I'm also sharing the attendance form as well. So both these forms will be active for the next 10 minutes. So make sure that you're filling both of them. Thank you.
Forms have been shared in the chat, guys.
If anyone has a doubt or question regarding the training program that VSPA is providing, you can DM us as well right now. And those who have filled both the forms, they can leave.
Guys, make sure to fill all the forms so that you get the participation certificates to your email IDs. Also, if you have any queries, feel free to connect with us at support@waspire.in and we'll answer to your queries. So yeah, make sure to fill all the forms.
So these are our socials on LinkedIn, Instagram, website, helpline number, and the email as well. So by 2:10, we'll be closing the meeting. So make sure that you're filling both the forms. If you're not filling the forms, you won't be receiving the certificate.
All right, guys. I hope all of you have filled both the forms. So we'll be closing the meeting in next minute. If you haven't already, kindly copy paste the forms to your WhatsApp or Notes app so that you can fill it later. Make sure to fill it as soon as possible.
Okay, guys, we are closing the meet. Thank you for the participation and have a great day.